Hi everyone, and this is a storytelling time for the Cultura Inglesa students with a new story this week called Alexander and a Terrible, Horrible, No Good, Very Bad Day. It's a story which is very famous. You will discover why in the end of the storytelling, but it's funny. Let's get down to it. So, Alexander and a Terrible, Horrible, No Good, Very Bad Day by Judith Wierst, illustrated by Ray Cruz. I went to sleep with gum in my mouth, and now there's gum in my hair. And when I got out of bed this morning, I tripped on the skateboard and by mistake I dropped my sweater in the sink while the water was running. And I could tell it was going to be a terrible, horrible, no good, very bad day. At breakfast, Anthony found a Corvette Stingray car kit in his breakfast cereal box, and Nick found a junior undercover agent code ring in his breakfast cereal box. But in my breakfast cereal box, all I found was breakfast cereal. I think I'll move to Australia. At school, Mrs. Dickens liked Paul's picture of the sailboat better than my picture of the invisible castle. At singing time, she said I sang too loud. At counting time, she said I left out 16. Who needs 16? I could tell it was going to be a terrible, horrible, no good, very bad day. I could tell because Paul said I wasn't his best friend anymore. He said that Philip Parker was his best friend and that Albert Moyo was his next best friend and that I was the only his third best friend. I hope you sit on a tech, I said to Paul. I hope next time you get a double-decker strawberry ice cream cone, the ice cream part falls off the cone part and lands in Australia. There were 2 cupcakes in Philip Parker's lunch bag, and Albert got a Hershey bar with almonds, and Paul's mom gave him a piece of Jelly Roll that had little coconut sprinkles on the top. Guess whose mom forgot to put in dessert? It was a terrible, horrible, no good, very bad day. That's what it was. Because after school, my mom took us all to the dentist, and Dr. Fields found a cavity just in me. Come back next week and I'll fix it, said Dr. Fields. Next week, I said, I am going to Australia. On the way downstairs, the elevator door closed on my foot, and while we were waiting for my mom to get the car, Anthony made me fall where it was muddy. And then, when I started crying because the mud, Nick said I was a crybaby. And while I was punching Nick for saying crybaby, my mom came back with the car and scolded me for being muddy and fighting. I am having a terrible, horrible, no good, very bad day. I told everybody. No one even answered. So then we went to the shoe store to buy some sneakers. Anthony chose white ones with blue stripes. Nick chose red ones with white stripes. I chose blue ones with red stripes, but then the shoeman said, of course, we're all sold out. They made me buy plain old white ones, but they can't make me wear them. When we picked up my dad at his office, he said I couldn't play with his copying machine, but I forgot. He also said to watch out for the books on his desk, and I was careful as could be, except for my elbow. He also said, don't fool around with his phone, but I think I called Australia. My dad said, please don't pick him up anymore. It was a terrible, horrible, no good, very bad day. There were lima beans for dinner, and I hate limas. There was kissing on TV, and I hate kissing. My bath was too hot. I got soap in my eyes. My marble went down the drain. I had to wear my railroad train pajamas. I hate my railroad train pajamas. When I went to bed, Nick took back the pillow he said I could keep, and the Mickey Mouse nightlight burned out, and I bit my tongue. The cat wants to sleep with Anthony, not me. It has been a horrible, horrible, no good, very bad day. My mom says some days are like that, even in Australia. And that's the end of the story. Did you realize that the whole story's illustrations are black and white, and the only one in color is Alexander? So, do you remember a similar story on the movies like that? Let me tell you guys. There's this film called Alexander and the Terrible, Horrible, No Good, Very Bad Day that, of course, was inspired in the book. Let's watch the trailer, and if you feel like watching during a weekend, you can watch with your family.
Think you know what a bad day looks like? Think again. One ordinary family
Shouldn't you guys be up?
is taking bad days
Oh, come on!
to a whole new level.
I have an interview today.
Guys are ready for you.
Your kid's face is all green.
It's not poisonous. I don't think it's poisonous.
Mom, Dad's on fire.
I hope so.
No, he's really on fire.
I'll be your driving examiner.
I don't think he passed.
This October,
This day has been terrible.
Okay.
Let's go, Wreck-It Ralph.
prepare for the best, worst day of your life.
One of the kangaroos got out.
I am on it. Where are you? Hey there, party kangaroo.
Disney's Alexander and the Terrible, Horrible, No Good, Very Bad Day.
Daddy wishes he could swear right now.
Okay. Of course, that the film is not exactly like the story in the book, but you will see many, similarities. So I invite you to watch the film on weekend with your family. You can easily find on any streaming service. And of course, if you also feel like, you can listen to the story in my podcast, Julie Tells. You can watch this video again on our YouTube channel and follow us on social media. So I hope you had fun. I had fun. It's a very funny story, although it's a bit tragic. And see you next time. Bye-bye.